strong. Let us settle this here and now, Lord of Calamity.
I swear! We'll finish this! I will devour all this hatred! Not done yet!
Stop struggling! Give up your fight. I will end the world's sadness. I have to end it!
Arthur's forgotten maxim!
Oh, well, that's a little disturbing.
Don't despair, no matter what!
Spoken like a true hero.
It's what you told me once, long ago.
On the day of the opening, Velvet, the Arthur you knew, died that day. It was always there, in the back of my mind. If only it hadn't been Celica and my son who were killed that day. If only it had been you two instead.
I thought the same thing, so many times. If it had been us, then I know you would have fought to save the world for us.
It's true. I wanted to save everyone. Such a pity.
Goodbye.
It's over.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
No, it's not over yet.
I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry! His power is running wild!
No one is keeping his power in check anymore! This is bad!
We still have time to kill him!
Wait! I'll do it.
I endured it all, even though I was scared, even though it hurt.
I know.
I drank that gross medicine. I stopped myself from doing what I wanted to do, eating what I wanted to eat. I tried so hard. Why won't you give me this? I hate you! I hate you, Velvet!
Luffy said, you tried really hard. But you don't have to fight anymore. It's time for us to rest, Luffy.
Velvet.
Velvet, what are you doing?
So that's it. Velvet will let Innominat devour her forever, with her forever devouring him in return. She will seal him while keeping him alive. An infinite contradiction. A perpetual cycle of destruction. Velvet, you can't!
You and I are part of Innominat, V. If he dies, both of us will die too. I dug my own grave. But you...
I don't care about myself! I'm not scared of dying as long as I'm with you!
Good. Then die. But only after eating, living, doing everything you want to in life. I really am horrible, aren't I? Just a selfish failure of a human being. But despite all that, you still saved me. With your unwavering kindness and strength.
I didn't do anything. Velvet, you were the one who...
Fee, you must have seen it during our travels. Humans spend their lives in constant struggle. That's why they end up making so many mistakes. Even my poor brother. That's why I'm asking this of you. Please live. I was the cause of so much chaos and destruction. Help the world I ruined. Help people like me. Help the weak. This is my last selfish request.
That's not fair!
I'm truly sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you. Velvet, I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Fee. Huh?
For her to seal an Empyrean all by herself. Humans contain more surprises than I expected.
Relax. These are the 4 elemental Empyreans.
Now you show up. Pretty irresponsible if you ask me.
You were mistaken. Without Innominat, the balance of our power will crumble.
The elements will clash in violence and ruin. The world will take millennia to recover from the destruction.
No!
To save the world from destruction, a new Empyrean is needed. A Malak of great strength and indomitable will.
I'll do it. I'll be your new Empyrean. Hold on a second, Laphicet. You can't just...
Let's hear him out.
You are part of Innominat. You're not lacking in strength. But the question here is one of your intent.
Just what do you wish for this world? What will you bring unto its denizens?
I want people to have another chance. A chance for them to right the wrongs born of their fallible spirits. To give those who dream of flying the time they need to rest their wings. So that in their strength, their weakness, their cruelty, their kindness, these imperfect humans will one day stretch their wings toward the horizon.
Make your dream a reality, young Imperial.
My gift to the world! The Silver Flame!
Dio as a human looks so weird. Oh, imagine if Kurugane was here to see this.
We're really back on the ground. The Dragon of Light!
Good grief. Velvet's recklessness rubbed off on him. Hasn't it, Laphicet?
Huh? Is that really Laphicet? But how?
That is his Empyrean form. It's also proof of his determination.
Like an oath?
Yes. Do I frighten you now, Eleanor?
Not at all. You've matured into a fine man.
So was that flame your true power as an Empyrean?
Demons. Malevolence. Did that fire get rid of it all?
No. I'm still very much a demon.
The silver flame has the power to cleanse a soul of its malevolence and change a demon back into a human. But it doesn't have the power to change people's hearts.
It just gives them another chance at life. Isn't that right?
Sorry. Looks like my sins run too deep to fix.
That's fine. It's a part of who you are, Rokuro.
You're still a softie, aren't you?
Well, that's just great.
Huh?
Most of the exorcists are wiped out, but the evil and chaos in people's hearts lives on. Gonna be tough going from here on out, folks. Yes, it will. Even still. Humanity will never lose its hope, or its prayers for a better future. Well said!
The Malachim have free will again. Some may even lend you their aid to help create this ideal future of yours.
I will spread the word. This world is now under the protection of the Empyrean Laphicet.
Would you mind not calling me that? I don't think it really fits who I am now.
I guess you're right. That was Velvet's name for you.
Okay, what should we call you then?
Call me by the name Eleanor gave me. One who lives. That's what Laphicet means. Translated into the ancient language. It's Nautilus.
Heavy Zestiria foreshadow. There you have it. Tales of Berseria main story complete. My goodness, what am I looking at on the left side of the screen? I do not like it. Oh, thank you. These pictures, they show Velvet and Laphicet if Velvet was still a human. Very, very neat. I'm just going to talk over them because, you know, I really have to review the game really quickly. Ending first because, you know, it just happened. Ending is good. Dude, it's really sad that Velvet basically dies. She's not dead, she's just, you know, sealing a Nominat, but, like, you know, she basically dies. I don't like that. It's still a good ending, though. I just really like Velvet, and Velvet basically dying is kind of like... It doesn't ruin the ending. It's not a bad ending. It's just really sad. But, dude, those final moments were Artorias, really, really good. I love the, how Artorias went down with, like, Velvet and the Forgotten Maxim, and how Artorias told her, like, the Arthur you knew left that day, just like we saw in the Earth and Historia of, in the Earth Pulse. We saw that Arthur changed when Celica and the Unborn Child, which is basically Laphicet as a human, when they died. So, that was really neat. It was sad. It was a sad ending, but it was a good ending overall. It was a good ending. Even though it was kind of sad, but, you know, that's kind of how it goes. The Mount Tellus thing is also neat. I really like that. And the apple, especially the apple, very neat. The apple is supposed to symbolize like a, is in the very beginning of the game, Artorias gave Velvet and Laphicet apples. So it was kind of to signify like, oh, like to live on and just giving people a second chance. Like when Laphicet said to give people a second chance. So that was really neat. I like that. But the game itself, let's talk about that for a bit. We're just at 5 hours, a little bit over. That's perfect, actually. If I didn't lose so much to random battles, then we would have been, like, probably finished before 5 hours. But, I expected to have trouble on the first phase of the final boss, honestly. I did not expect to get many game overs throughout the dungeon, but whatever, it happens. Let's talk about the game then. Music, you know, this is like, I don't know, there are some good tracks, definitely, but I think there are better Tales of soundtracks. My top 3 Tales of soundtracks are Arise in first, my second place is Vesperia, and third place is Zestiria. This game is like, it's got some good tracks. The soundtrack is serviceable. Not much to say about it. It's good. It's good. I do love Velvet's theme. Velvet's theme is amazing. Really good. Combat in this game is really fun. It's not like my favorite Tales of combat, but I do love Break Souls. Every character getting their own ability, especially Theorinization. The only problem I have with the gameplay is difficulty. It's a bit easy. This is like one of the easiest Tales games. Like even on, like obviously on normal, you will find easy. Even on hard difficulty, Chaos Mode was troubling at the late game. The late game can be tricky a little bit, especially if you play on hard, but for most of the game, this game is, like, really easy. So, that's definitely, something I have a bit of a problem with. It's not really a problem, it's more of a gripe. But, you know, it's not as hard as, like, Graces or Vesperia or other Tales games I played. The difficulty is just kind of easy. But, you know, it be that way sometimes. But either way, gameplay's fun. I love all the arts. I love all the Break Souls. Mystic arts are great. It's just a fun time. The gameplay's a ton of fun. But, yeah. Gameplay's fun. What else? I'm saving the story and characters for last. I'm getting the easy stuff out of the way. Game looks gorgeous. It's like, you know, Tales of, ever since Xillia to Berseria has had one engine that they stuck with. So they've all looked similar from Xillia to Berseria, but, you know, the game looks good. However, I will praise the skits in this game. This game probably has the best 2D art. Like, the skits in this game look amazing, and the only reason I'm upset that Arise went to 3D skits is because I loved Berseria's skits. The portraits, like the skit portraits, the portrayal is so good. By the way, while we're on the topic of skits, skits were amazing in this game. There was only like 1 or 2 I didn't like, which one of them is the book skirt one, which Magilu and Laphicet's, which I don't like. But, skits are amazing in this game, which goes hand in hand with the characters, but the art is amazing. Amazing art. Great stuff. Like, if they were to keep 2D Tales of skits, then I would like them to expand on Berseria's. But, you know, the Arise one kind of grew on me, even though I prefer... If you were to ask me, I would prefer this presentation skit. Like, I prefer these skits than Arise's presentational skits, but Arise, they kind of grew on me. But yeah, we're not talking about Arise, we're talking about Berseria. I just wanted to compare because they're Tales of games. Anyway, I think the story and characters is all I have to talk about. I'm trying to think of any, like, miscellaneous stuff. I don't think there's much. Or just gameplay flaws with the game. I really can't think of anything wrong with this game other than the fact that it's a little easy. Or, not a little, it is easy. Dungeon exploration is really long and tedious. I guess most of the dungeons drag on for too long and they're not that interesting. I noticed it, especially with Berseria. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. But yeah. What else? I guess that's it. Story and characters. We'll do story first. The story in this game is my favorite part, like, of a Tales game. This is, like, definitively, my goodness. Definitively my favorite Tales of plot. By the way, we have one more ending scene. This is not the actual end. We have another cutscene. The story in this game is one of my favorites. I love the whole lore of the Malachim and, like, the demons and the Advent and the Scarlet Knight. The lore of this game is amazing. The world building is great. I really like, the whole... Like, you know, how Artorias' methods are kind of messed up. especially how we saw in the third act, but they at least try to make it like, yeah, he has his reasons. They try to justify him, which is neat. I also really like the compelling... My favorite thing about this game is the fact that you're like kind of like... You guys are like not really the good guys, but also you end up saving the world. Like, that's good, but like people to say like, oh, the villains are basically the heroes. That's, yes, that's part of it, but it goes so much deeper than that. Like, the theme of this game is like going against will and reason. And the whole why do birds fly replicates that perfectly. What I wanted to say before the final boss was Velvet had an answer to no. First I want to talk about this. Laphicet, I love the moment when Laphicet, when we were going in, Laphicet said, yeah, that's our creed, you know, to just go in, do things how we want them. Like, everyone was doing something for their own selfish reasons. Like, it was clear that the group got closer together, and there were very obvious signs that they were just getting closer, but they were always doing it for their own selfish interests, which, I know, you could probably say, oh, they're selfish, but, like, they were doing it for themselves, and, like, that brings a good theme of, like, they want to go against will and reason. Like, people should do things the way they want to do, and Aizen especially with the whole theme of, like, don't let anyone be the captain of your own ship. That was amazing. The themes in this game were phenomenal. Like, going against will and reason and all that. Because taking free will is kind of messed up. Like, while Artorias is slightly... I understand why Artorias wanted to do what he did. You know, he was hurt. Like, I pity him. You know, I feel bad for Artorias. He's a cool dude. But, like, taking away all the pain and, like, everything in the world is just a bit too far. So, it's not completely justified. But I understand why he did it completely. He was heartbroken after seeing his future wife, or I think it was his wife and unborn child die. It's understandable. But yeah, the themes in this game are phenomenal. I loved Velvet's final answer too. Like, Artorias saying like, oh, birds fly because they must. That's kind of tying into will and reason. Because they must fly, and they're birds, so they just should fly. But Velvet's saying they want to fly, meaning that that's their choice. Like, doing things your own way. The whole bird question reflected that really well. But yeah, there's going to be another cutscene. I'll continue talking. All we have left to talk about is the characters. Honestly, the story's just phenomenal all around.
This is not the end of chaos. It is the beginning. Mankind will go on fighting without end.
Classic Rokuro, honestly.
Just as they did.
Oh, it's so sad, man. I can't see Aizen.
People will still spread their wings to seek the horizon. Just as they did. For every laugh, there will be tears.
Dio as a human looks so weird, dude.
The hate they may embrace
I just can't get over Dio as a human.
This world is cruel and unforgiving.
Hey, come on.
Even the gods themselves don't know what the future will bring. Nevertheless, I will always believe in them, Velvet. In humanity, both strong and weak. In humanity, both fearsome and kind. The day will finally come when your dream becomes reality. Until then, I will kindle a flame within me, burning strong and bright. And I will live!
Dude, couldn't Velvet have lived? I get it. It's like very... I could see why the kind of ending they were going for with Velvet not being able to live. But man, I just like... The whole second chance thing. I wish Velvet got a chance to live. Yes, completing the game. Save my game. Yes, I would like to save my game. I'm going to save over a new one.